It's time for the NFC Championship, and the road to a Super Bowl goes through Washington. It's the Saints and the Commanders on Sunday Night Primetime.
For my money, it's the best time of the year, playoff football time, as postseason action descends upon FedEx Field just outside of D.C. Coming up, it's a battle to represent the NFC in this year's Super Bowl, and we've got a classic in store between the New Orleans Saints and the Washington Commanders. Hello, everyone. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The postseason continuing here on EA Sports, and man, it is electric in here, and it should be conference championship time.
I don't know about you, but my butterflies in my stomach, they have iron wings in this one. And every guy I've ever talked to has all said the same thing. This game, the conference championship game, may have more intensity than even the Super Bowl because you know what the stakes are. You're trying so hard to get to the big game that this is the one that's the real challenge.
On 1st and 10, Baker. He'll get this one underneath to Kamara. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Baker off the play fake. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Daron Payne coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9. Just 2 plays in, and Charles already their first sack defensively.
Yeah, how about that? That didn't take long, did it? And now they look at 3rd down, and that's another time to try and go and get the quarterback, too.
So certainly not the start they were looking for here as they come up on a 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun, Baker. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Call it a pickup of 3, and also now likely a punt on their opening drive.
Well, there were a couple of extra defensive backs in the game, so he really had nowhere to go with the football despite his search for an open receiver. So he has to take off and run for it, but he comes up well short of the line to gain.
On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
They'll start out here with the option left. And that gets him a little room as he'll take this up over the 10-yard line. 2nd and 3. Completion. And he coughed it up. And this is picked up by the Saints. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line. There are two words that we hear coaches say all of the time. One starts with a B, one starts with an S, ball security.
And they preach it. They have it up in meeting rooms, right? You see the signs. They talk about it all the time. But still, when you got defenders out there who are preaching, hey, we're going to take the ball away from you, no matter what position you play, you've got to take care of the rock.
Baker now. Following the fumble recovery, he'll throw. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. Here's Baker to throw on second down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown, Saints. From 17 yards out. And the Saints have struck first in this NFC title game.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
On for the extra point, Jake Elliott. And it's good as the Saints have a 7-0 lead. They had the short field and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. They'll drop the throw. Got this complete to Jahan Dotson. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch in this NFC Championship game, and it's a first down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And they'll let the quarterback keep it here on 1st and 10. And a solid run here as he'll pick his way down to the 42-yard line. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. And this, I mean, it's certainly something to watch out for. He is not afraid to call his own number on plays like that. And here he takes it for good yardage.
And we know this defense prepared all week for this, but sometimes when you see it in person, it's a whole different ball game, and all that preparation, it goes right out the window.
So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. Off the option, it's Jones. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Here's 2nd and 8. And this, incomplete. He tried to check it down to his running back and nearly had the ball picked. They're going to look to throw. The left side completion to Jones. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. And that is no good. And this will stay at a 7-point game. These playoff games have a tendency to be tight. You have to wonder if that missed field goal could haunt them later.
Yeah, we're always looking for the key plays, right? The ones that we're going to magnify. Usually those happen in the second half or later in the game. This might be the key play of the game showing up here in the first half.
The New Orleans offense set to take over. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Blitz coming, and down he goes. He'll wind up losing 8 on the sack there, and it's 2nd down. A CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your line and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, and Next Gen Stats says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Staying on the ground on first with Kamara. And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up second down. Now Baker looking to throw on second down. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. To throw is Baker from the gun on third down. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Man, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Here's Jake Elliott. Career long, by the way, for him, 61 yards. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. Well, for almost 8 years, 64 stood as the NFL record for the longest field goal. That has since been eclipsed. It's now 66, but still 64-yarder. Pretty impressive, CD.
Absolutely agree with that, because if you drill a 60-yarder in an NFL game, you've got a lot to be proud of, record or no record. And only a handful of guys can even attempt it. Excellent job there, putting that one through the pipes.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. Right now, they're in some uncharted waters, Charles. They haven't been facing deficits like this season. We're going to see what they're made of.
And I think the easy thing right now is for us to discuss how the home crowd can help them, carry them along. Bottom line, though, they've got to make plays to get the crowd back into it, to help them with the rest of their game. That means best players.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Throwing back across his body. Picked off by Eric Stokes. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, CD, we have seen it many times throughout the course of the season. This defense coming up large and snagging a big takeaway. But here they get not just the takeaway, 6 points as well.
And you just knew that for this team to advance, it had to get a big performance from this unit. And to this point, they've delivered.
Elliott now to add the extra point. He's got it, and it's 17-0. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So an early advantage now, and a good one. 17-0 our score as they kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. They'll need to come from behind if they want to play in 2 weeks as they trail early in this NFC Championship game. They begin the drive with Robinson. And some room to roam now. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big run there, 29 yards and a first. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And with a guy his size, you have to know defensively that arm tackles aren't going to fly with him. You have to be able to wrap up, or else he can just brush tacklers aside like they're not even there.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. They'll run again here with Robinson. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Right side, Claypool's got it. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. They'll try and run for it with Jones. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offense coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Robinson up the middle. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Hand off now to Robinson. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. 43 yards rushing now as he's looked good here in this opening quarter of the NFC Championship. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards. But also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. Left side to Lamb. Touchdown! CeeDee Lamb from 19 yards away. And the Commanders are able to cut into that deficit. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC.
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it's finished off by the touchdown from CeeDee Lamb. Takes it at the 7. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now the hard part is, as an offensive play caller, you don't want that in your head too much where you're relying on it, and he goes out and gets the job done for them. But I'm quite sure he would be content to just kick extra points from here on out.
Yeah, absolutely no question. I think his teammates would be okay with him just kicking the extra points as well.
Certainly no settling into the drive there. They came right out on the first play and attacked the middle of the field for a big gainer and a first down.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Baker. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
How about this? A fistful of sacks already. We're not even out of the first quarter yet. What an incredible start for this defense. If they keep this pace up, they could be looking at an all-time performance.
And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Baker. Dancing to his left. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Chase Young providing a little deja vu. Back-to-back sacks, and now they're staring at a 4th and long.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
Here's Braden Mann now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taken in at the 22. Oh, a heck of a move. Man. A second fake. It's a nifty return of 29 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Robinson, he'll try the left side. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Here's a 4-receiver look now. 3 of those guys out to the right side on 2nd and 8. After one, 17-7 is our score. Second quarter now from our nation's capital, and it's Washington in possession of the football. As they've got a 2nd and 8 forthcoming. And he rifles one incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. They'll look to throw here. Open man Lamb, it's complete. And he's going to have a Commanders 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yeah, these are the types of plays they're going to need to hit on if they're going to get back into this game. It hasn't been the greatest of first halves, but this is a nice throw here on 3rd down, and they keep the drive going.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Robinson on a give right side. And he'll snag about 5 yards down to the 32. 2nd and 5. And this is caught by Watkins. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 20-yard line. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
On the give, here's Robinson. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
He's taken down at the 17-yard line. A 3-yard pickup.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. Now back to throw. Over the middle, brought in by Dotson. And the Commanders are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I love it. He ran a hitch route on 3rd and 6, and normally that's not deep enough to get your 1st down. I'd say he really ran a hitch plus to make sure he got the 1st down yardage. Really intelligent route running.
Yeah, because what do you say, hitches are normally 1 to 3?
Yeah, somewhere in the neighborhood. You just kind of come off the line of scrimmage and kind of show yourself to the quarterback and say, hey, here I am, present it. He went in and took it far enough downfield to make sure.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Tyus Bowser with a pick. And the Saints are going to get the football back at their own 17.
Well, Brandon, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Operating from the gun, Baker. That'll be caught right side. Chenault with it.
Holding offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Back to throw, Baker. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down. Baker from the gun on 3rd down. Now this one taken in by Olave. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
Out now is the punter, Braden Mann. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A little juke. A pretty good punt, but a nice 13-yard return. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. Set to go again. Here's Brian Robinson in the Commander offense. Now, the ground game's been good, but they're losing here in the 2nd quarter. Can they use that ground game maybe to work the air attack a little bit more?
I think so, because now you can throw play action off of being able to run the ball effectively. And oftentimes you might want to just swing your back out of the backfield, get the ball in his hands in open space, and just don't get totally away from running it, because some of these runs now, they may pop bigger as the game goes along.
Yeah, they've been good with the run so far. It's a 1st down for Washington on a pickup of 11.
That's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They run. Robinson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
He's brought down to the 37-yard line.
2nd and 9 now. Able to hit his target, Lamb. And this will go as a gain of 7 as he gets it to the 30-yard line. Washington on 3rd down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. Robinson will try to pick it up. And he's able to pick up the 1st before he's taken down at the 27. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Exactly what they needed right there, because they needed to use the ground game to take some pressure off, because the quarterback's been struggling a little bit.
Back to Robinson now on 1st down. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8. Second down and a run by Robinson. And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. 73 yards rushing for him now. A strong performance here in this first half with a Super Bowl berth on the line.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and turn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. On third down, he'll drop to throw. Quick slant to Brown. And they'll rally and stop him short of the first down at about the 6. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. He'll drop to throw. Dotson has it. Touchdown, Commanders. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass. And the Commanders' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. It took a pretty big risk right there going for it on fourth down. But, hey, not only did they get the first down, forget about that, they got in the end zone.
Yeah, because normally you're just thinking, can I get enough yardage to get it past the sticks and pick up a first down? Instead, they go for the end zone and get it done with no margin for error. Remember, fourth down, they went for it.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Back out onto the field now comes the New Orleans offense. Obviously not the intended goal last drive. They had to punt the football, but still they've got the lead here and now a chance to add on to that lead if they can get points on this drive. 1st and 10 upcoming. He'll find his man, Laviska Shenault. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Baker now to throw on 2nd down. A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete. And he's set out there on 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. Nothing doing on 2nd and 3rd down after that 9-yard gain on 1st.
Defensively, he has been a presence in their backfield in the first half. Had a sack earlier, and now he comes up with a big tackle for a loss.
Here comes the Saints punter now. He's been terrific so far. And he'll get this away into the icy winter air. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff to start it out. Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Looking to throw. Looking right side, and that's complete to Watkins.
Pass interference. Defense.
So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Robinson. And some space here. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. 97 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. They went with the nickel look defensively, so they had 5 defensive backs in there. Didn't help them stop the run.
Yeah, I love that, the nickel look. 5 cents, 5 DBs. But what also happens then, you take a big body off the field in order to insert that guy. So you're taking a big off for a little. And oftentimes you can run the football effectively against that defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Robinson. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's 2nd down. 2nd and 6. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
quarterback taken down in sack. A fumble on the play.
Well, offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. The Saints coming out now to take the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
A reminder, as we did all through the regular season, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman at halftime. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. Looking to throw. Baker. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. Here comes the Saints punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Open man downfield is Lamb. It's complete. And he's going to be shoved out, but not before he gets this down to the 20-yard line. A huge play there for Washington. 46 yards.
But big plays have been a hallmark of this offense all season, so there was no reason to think that it wouldn't continue here in this title game. Obviously, the magnitude of the event not getting to them early.
So a big play as it gets them all the way down to the 20 now for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throws the out route and finds Claypool. Touchdown, Washington. Chase Claypool. A 20-yard touchdown. And the Commanders have taken the lead here in this NFC Championship game. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bulling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Point after, right down the middle, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Out is the Saints offense now as they get ready to take over here. As we eat closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
Here's Baker looking to throw on 2nd down. Looking for his tight end on the corner. It's complete. 1st down now, but the clock continues to move. Now that'll be tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
The Washington offense set to take over again. And now they start in plus territory following that turnover as they'll try to get some points here before halftime. They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Jones. Now the Commanders going to burn the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. 2nd and 5. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Wide open receiver, complete. Touchdown. CeeDee Lamb with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Commanders will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. What I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half. And now to give us momentum going into the second half, give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Extra point right down the middle, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Washington kick team back out there now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And the Saints going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on third down. This time they stay on the ground. And now Washington going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Here comes the Saints punter now as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And it's fielded at the 34. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. He finds his man complete. It's Watkins. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. So we've reached halftime here in the NFC Championship as we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks. As always, one half remains in the battle to see who will take home that George Halas Trophy and represent the NFC in the Super Bowl. We'll get back to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's look back to the AFC Championship game held earlier today. And it's the Cincinnati Bengals who are heading to the Super Bowl as they await the winner of this NFC Championship game. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Saints. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. Meanwhile, for Washington, they were much more successful throwing the football than their counterparts. As you can see the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Halas Trophy still hangs in the balance as the second half now underway in the NFC Championship game. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver as he brings out this offense.
And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this, but it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 114 yards rushing for him now as he tries to will his guys into the Super Bowl.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They run the option here on 1st and 10. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Commanders. How about that? Their quarterback, 60 yards. And the Commanders continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead.
On this stage, conference championship game, every play is magnified, and that was a big play.
No doubt about it. One thing that has these guys a step away from a shot at the big game, their big play ability. They can strike from anywhere.
The extra point splits the uprights, and the lead is up to 18 now. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And the finishing touch was that nice long run into the end zone. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing, and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Tries the left side and finds Olave. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. Finding room at midfield. That's a good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line. 14 yards is the pickup. First down, New Orleans.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
From Commanders territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Operating from the gun, Baker gets this to a standout receiver, Thomas. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line. A 10th carry for Kamara. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Now Baker from the gun on 3rd down. To the sideline, he's got the catch, and he kept the feet in bounds. Well done. And this is good for a first down, his second grab of this NFC Championship bout.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Ron Rivera scowling down on the sideline, and he's thrown out the red challenge flag. Did he keep those feet in bounds? That's the question they've got to decide. And I got to say, watching it in real time, it was awfully close.
Yeah, it certainly looked like a heck of a catch because he didn't appear to bobble it, which could complicate things. But even with the benefit of replay, that's pretty tight.
Well, here's the call. So the challenge there does not go their way. This will indeed remain a completed pass.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. To throw is Baker. To throw on second down. And he'll be marked down right at the 15-yard line. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Here's Kamara trying to run for it. And he will have the first down before he's tackled at the 12. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. They run it again with Kamara. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. On second down, Kamara.
Holding. Offense.
Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty. Back to throw. Baker. Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
And a lot of being a defender is being able to learn what you can and can't get away with when in man coverage. In this case, he got away with it and helped pop that ball free.
Baker to throw on 3rd down. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Chase Young able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
And that's his 2nd sack in this one.
And you just can't ask a defensive end or an edge rusher to play any better than what we're seeing right now. And, partner, it's still just the 3rd quarter. I'm thinking he's not done yet. Even if he's not getting a sack, he's bringing a lot of pressure to the pocket.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. He connected on his first. This time it's 39 yards away. The kick by Elliott is good, and that'll get the deficit down to 15.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Commanders' offense returning to the field. Well, the football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next. That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside, and so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
They'll run this one right with Robinson. And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
They'll look to throw here. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore.
And the Saints are going to take possession of the football. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Now the Saints, they trot their offense out here. And tough to win games if you're going field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now, because, as you noted, the field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Quay Walker came through to make the sack.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now. And if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Looking to throw. Baker under pressure, and they got to him again. It'll be a loss of 8 on the sack, and it's going to lead him to fourth down.
This has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Here comes the Saints punter now as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
4 yards on the pick.
Here's the option going left on 2nd down. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Nice pickup, 10 yards and a 1st down on the keeper.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it, most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
And nothing much materializing there on the 1st down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Brought down at the 37-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Here's 2nd and 8. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete. So the failure to connect on 2nd down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to take possession of the football.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL, regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
And now the Saints get set to trot out there.
Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up 2nd down.
I know they don't like to hear it when they get to a certain age, but then you have to start to use your skills, your wiles, right? Your mind to beat guys to the football. And getting your toes tapped in bounds definitely qualifies as that, doesn't it?
The veteran showing he still has the agility. Baker now looking to throw on 2nd down.
And they'll work this down inside the 30.
Here's Baker on 1st down. On the move to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. Now Baker to throw on 2nd down. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
A nice pickup of 14, and it moves the stick, sets up a 1st and goal.
And remember, this drive started off following the turnover, and they've taken no time working their way down the short field. A nice connection there, and now they're looking at a 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. And just one man in the backfield here. That's Kamara, 2nd and goal. They'll give it to him again. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
To throw is Baker. Going to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. A nightmare on 3rd and goal. He's sacked and multiple players broke through the line to get him.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the left hash, a chip shot here. The kick by Elliott is good. And they're hanging around here as the lead's down to 12. So the response to that touchdown on the other side to begin the 3rd quarter. Look, just 3 points, but still a response nonetheless.
You're exactly right about that because I think you needed to answer back with something, even though it's not 6. Just enough to send a message that says, hey, we're not going away.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. So out comes Washington's offense to take over. They start on the ground with Robinson here. And a short pickup to about the 27. It'll be 2nd down. 1 quarter remains until the NFC crowns its champion. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. He'll look to throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. This is good for a 1st down, his 2nd grab of this NFC Championship bout.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because, to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
Robinson up the middle. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
He's brought down to the 42-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. This will be caught by Brown. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
Finally, defensively, they have a little clip to show positive for actually stopping him running the football.
It's been a really long night for them, hasn't it? So they got a little bit of a win there, but let's face it, the vision that he's had running the football has carried his feet to the open spaces and to big yardage all night long.
2nd and 13.
Going to be caught downfield by Dotson. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. That one covers 29 yards, first down.
But when you're up by 2 scores in the fourth quarter and you're going to throw the football, expect to see a lot of man coverage, because usually what comes along with man coverage is pressure. So if you're a play caller and you want to keep throwing the football, that's fine. Just make sure your offensive line understands they're going to get additional guys running at the quarterback.
On the give, here's Robinson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. 4 receivers now in the formation. 3 to the left, 1 to the right on 2nd and 7. Now a throw here, hauled in. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, that's the fear any defense has when the quarterback gets involved in the running game. You don't usually account for him, and he's hurting them today.
Yeah, he's been very involved in the running game. Defensively, when you've got the coverage good downfield, how do you account for him, though?
Occasionally, you start to spy him. Take someone that's the same agility, who can dance with him, run with him, and try and keep him in the pocket.
Yeah, it'll be especially critical here as we come down the stretch in the 4th. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 9 now. A quick throw knocked away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. He's got it. Touchdown, Commanders. CeeDee Lamb saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And the Commanders are closing in on a Super Bowl berth now as they extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, something about this team, you just felt like they were one of destiny all season long, and it made themselves today, as you can see, the class of the NFC.
Yeah, and it's starting to look more and more like a Super Bowl trip is very much in their future.
And the fans starting to book those tickets. Point after, right down the middle. And that will make this a 19-point game. Kick team out there for the Commanders as they send this one away. Takes it at the 7. And he returns this to the 22. The New Orleans offense set to take over. And their dream of a Super Bowl berth so close 3 quarters ago, but obviously starting to slip away if it hasn't already. They need points here and in a hurry. Throwing to start the drive. Baker. And that's incomplete. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Well, a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. To throw on 3rd down, Baker. They'll set up the screen down to Kamara. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. They'll get only a yard out of that, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And able to catch it, but he's out of bounds. And the throw took him beyond the sideline, and that's going to be a turnover on downs. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
Hand off now to Robinson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Robinson with another carry. And good running, going to get this down close to a first at the Saints' 13-yard line. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets them into a 3rd and 1 situation. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. Able to connect with Dotson. And the Commanders are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
He'll look to throw. He's got it. Touchdown, Washington. Chase Claypool, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. And a decisive advantage became even more decisive. They already had the win in hand, but they keep pressing the tempo, and they pile on with another touchdown reception.
Would you consider that touchdown a reward to all the tight ends on their roster for their effort today? Not just running their routes, but all the time they spent in the trenches, laying down blocks, doing the little things to help that offense succeed. And for doing all of that, they definitely want one of their tight ends to get a touchdown to really seal this blowout.
Extra point right down the middle, and that will bump the lead up to 26. From the 6. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level. Well, this certainly feels like complimentary football to me, partner, because the momentum from the team's touchdown drive looks like it's made its way over to the defense. They're working together in tandem now. Offense gets in the end zone. Defense with a big sack on the first play of the following drive.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. Operating from the gun, Baker. So the completion good for 6 yards. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Here comes the Saints punter now, standing just outside his own goal line. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken at the 23. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10. From a star in college to a star in the NFL, CeeDee Lamb at wide receiver as he brings out this offense. This defense, they wouldn't mind not seeing him again for a while. 3 trips to the end zone. How about that?
I think right now they would happily go to their general manager and say, is there any way you could get a trade for him, bring him over to our team so we don't have to cover him anymore? Because he is really having a heck of a ball game, isn't he?
Boy, he is. I don't know that a mid-game trade's going to happen, but good thought. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
Robinson toss play left side. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Second down and a run by Robinson. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Robinson will try to pick it up. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Again, it's Robinson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off. Robinson gets the toss on the right side. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on 1st. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair.
Well, you know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
Every time he looks, and my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints force the turnover, and they'll take over at the 10. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Baker throwing to start the drive. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Baker flush to his right. And it's incomplete.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Just like that, out of danger and up past the 40 now for 1st and 10. Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Well, it's a shuffle pass, and it's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. 2nd and 11. They'll look to throw again. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Commanders are going to get it back here just past the 35.
Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Another drive coming up for this Washington offense. And you can bet that they are starting to sense it now. That George Halas trophy nearly theirs. Their spot as NFC champions oh so close as they try to finish this one off.
And for all these guys, whether you're a rookie, a 10-year veteran, there's no feeling like this NFC champs.
And you feel like family. Never at any time do you feel more like family than when you're sharing the joy of being the NFC champs. And now everyone gets to say they're going to the Super Bowl.